Welcome back to House Edge. We are talking NFL Week 2. How you doing, Bert?
Doing good, doing good. Unlike my bets last week, that was a terrible week of NFL for me. 2-4, 33%. It's not what we're aiming for around here.
Yeah, man. Last week was really bad. I went also 2-3. Giants didn't show up for us. Steelers win the game, but they don't cover. That kills me.
Yeah.
And that Bucs game still haunts me. They kick that field goal. We go to overtime. I cash.
Yep. Rough for you. Rough week. A lot of bad
Just tells
beats.
you. Just tells you it's a game of inches, man. It
Yep.
could have been 4-1 easily, but 2-3 is what it is.
Got a parlay.
Yeah, hit
Got
the
the
parlay.
teaser.
Yeah, I got that teaser. Look, the Vikings looked good last night.
They did.
But we're moving on into the next week.
We have a common play, our first play. We're going with
Yeah, we
the
got
the
we're going with
Buccaneers.
the Bucks plus 135 on the money line. Oh, you're going to be taking on the spread plus 2.5.
Yep.
I don't see how the Bucks are not favored in this game. That's why I'm taking straight up.
Yeah, CJ Stroud hasn't looked good in 2 years. I'll take the Bucks all day here. I'm gonna sprinkle some on the money line too.
Yeah, I like the Bucks passing offense. It looked good. Bucky Irvin still is in stride, so I think that's going to clear easily.
Hmm.
For the rest of my plays, I'm going to take the Chargers -3 versus the Raiders. Man, Justin Herbert under year 2 with Jim Harbaugh is looking good. They beat the Chiefs last week. I don't think the Raiders are ready to take that next step, even though I like them for the season.
Yeah, 100% agree with this play. I was seeing it at 3.5 when I was putting this together. If it drops to 3, I'm definitely taking that as well.
I'm also going to be taking the Giants +6 versus the Cowboys. I know they said it didn't show up for us last week, but I'm going to stand with Russell Wilson. It's going to be me and Sierra right beside him. And I think they get to this dub this week, but I'm going to take the +6.
Are you gonna be standing in between him and Sierra, or are you standing?
No, I'm not going to do it dirty. I'm
Okay.
standing beside Sierra, standing beside Russell.
All right. All right. I don't know how I feel about this one. I feel like the Cowboys looked way better than I expected against the Eagles, and the Giants looked way worse than I expected against who'd they play again? The Commanders. They got kind of wrecked by the Commanders. That was not a close game by any means. I would have taken the Cowboys if the number was a little bit lower than this. 6 was just a little bit too high and to stay away for me.
Yeah, now that after you saying that, it's like this is the definition of not overreacting. I thought the Cowboys were bad. I thought the Giants were going to be good. I'm going to behave like that is going true,
Yep.
even though week 1 was what it was.
Yeah, I'm a big overreactor.
I don't think the Cowboys are going to be that good again, but you know. The rest of my plays, I got the Rams -5.5 versus the Titans. The Titans are bad, man. I watched that game. There was no pop to that team. I don't see where they can really generate any chunk plays or good offense. And I like the Rams team last week. They did their job against Houston. I think they win here and win handily.
Yeah, agreed with this as well. I think I have the Rams in my parlay. The Titans are indeed bad. I don't care what Cam Ward can do. There's nobody else on that team, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if Cam Ward could, I could say was the pop, but at this stage, he's not offering them enough to will
Yeah.
this team.
Right.
And then I'm going to be taking the Browns +11 versus the Ravens. That Browns defense looked pretty good. They held the Bengals to -18 yards in the fourth quarter of that last game. So I think they can hold their own against the Ravens here. And I question that Ravens defense. Maybe we get a game out of Joe Flacco here.
Yeah, I like this play, definitely. I almost took it. I don't like betting against the Ravens. Lamar could have a go crazy day and noon game when all eyes aren't on him. He won't be screwing up very often. But that Browns defense was for real. The Bengals could not do anything the 2 quarters that I was able to watch the game. Their secondary is good. Their linemen are elite. I think best line in defense or in the NFL straight up. I like this play a lot.
Yeah, the only question is the offense for the Browns. Can they get enough points?
Right.
And I think that the Ravens might leave a couple gaps open.
The Browns would have beat the Bengals if not for a couple of drops late in the game. So if they clean up some drops, I mean, they could keep this game closer than 11 points, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So what you got for your plays?
Yeah, I got Thursday Night Football. I'm taking the Packers 3.5 points over the Commanders. The Commanders, I'm gonna stay consistent in what I thought about them to start the season. I think they're gonna be slightly worse, and the Packers adding Micah Parsons made them a serious Super Bowl contender in my eyes at this point. Yeah, I think the Packers could easily get there in the NFC.
Yeah, I like this play. The Packers showed out last week. They didn't even have Micah, so you got to think, that run defense, they lost Kenny Clark, and they really didn't get a full Micah, and they still looked that good on defense. And then the Packers, their offense was slinging it. And Jordan Love looked really good. I like this play.
So I saw a stat, and I think this has been debunked as being fake, but something like Jared Goff.
Credit.
Well, I know what the actual stat is. He's 4-19 in all games, not including Sean McVay and Bill or Ben Johnson.
Who's foreign?
Jared Goff is 4-19 in games without those two offensive coordinators or play callers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he is bad. I am completely off the Lions train after one game. I've seen enough. I saw what happened in that first game against the Packers. Maybe the Packers are just that good, but they look bad, man.
Yeah, I mean, that stat does sound shocking. It's just more fire to take this bet.
So for my next one, I can believe I'm betting this game. Patriots money line over the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are a step below the Titans. The Titans and Dolphins is going to be like race for 31st, basically, if they play each other.
Yeah, when you talk about this game pre-show, I said this is the definition of a stay away. I have no clue what the Patriots are. After the Dolphins, I feel like the Dolphins almost have to win this game after you lose to Danny Dimes 7 straight scoring drives. So for that reason, I'm gonna stay away. I'm gonna let you take this one.
I'm a bet on the team that is going against the team that let up 7 Danny Dimes scoring drives.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm going with that.
You got to think. You just did that. You let Danny Dimes do that. Your practice next week got to be strict.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And if it's not, they're the worst team in football. That's what this week is going to tell us about the Dolphins.
If they lose to the Patriots, you could probably just chalk it up. They're the worst team. Next up, I got the Falcons plus 4.5 against the Vikings. The Vikings barely won against a completely incompetent team. Like Caleb Williams, he's not there yet, bro. He just is not good enough right now to win football games. So the teams like the Vikings who have good coaches, their coach is actually Kevin O'Connell. That dude's pretty good at coaching. I feel like he turned JJ from like completely unconfident to confident in himself by the end of the game. I don't know if that has more to do with his play, but I mean he's calling the plays. So
yeah, yeah. This is a game that I consider too. 4.5. I think that the Falcons can come within this, but I am a little scared after what the Vikings did in that fourth quarter against the Bears.
Falcons offense looked good as we expected.
Yeah.
Last play I am taking the Steelers Seahawks over 39.5. Steelers almost put up this on their own last week, albeit against the Jets team. But Aaron Rodgers showed that he can still throw that football. And the Seahawks, I think they'll put up 10, 15 points and pad this number over 40.
I don't know. I don't know if I can trust Aaron Rodgers 2 weeks in a row. I think he might have just got a lot of his touchdowns in for the last couple of weeks. And the Seahawks offense, also, I'm not a lot of confidence against them, seeing them against the 49ers last week.
Yeah. Steelers defense is pretty damn good, too. Moving on to the parlays, I got a plus 201 4-leg money line parlay. I'm taking the Rams, as mentioned earlier, over the Titans. Bills over the Jets, easy one. Cowboys over the Giants. And lastly, this is the one risky one, I think, on this. The Cardinals over the Panthers, plus 201.
I like it. Outside of the Cowboys, I think this is but I think the Cowboys also could still squeak out a win. And,
Yeah.
Get a cash. So I like this parlay. Plus 201, I like it. Good value. I got a similar. Our parlays are very similar. I'm going to be taking the Cardinals over the Panthers, Bills over the Jets, and the Steelers over the Seahawks. Again, I don't think the Seahawks offense is pretty much anything, and I do expect the defense to play a lot better for the Steelers.
Yeah, I could easily see all three of these hitting. Definitely two of them.
And that's a plus 197.
Yep, good value there too with one less leg. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in for another episode. We will see you next week. Good luck.